Ugh. This is a tragedy. I'm having a rip off all the hair moment right now. It's too much. And now you're hitting. Oh my god. All right. There we go. There we go. That's just gonna have to do it. My hair is getting. All right, it should be good. Question mark? Ow. Maybe. Not yet. Oh my god. Hello. Hey Chad. What's up? Welcome. Oh shit. God damn it. Stay. Welcome to a podcast. We're here. I'm alive, somewhat. Yeah. We got Garg today. I hope you guys are excited. Another podcast in our docket. I think I got you guys over there, so I should be able to read you a little bit. Go bald now? No, I'm not good. I'm not going bald. Fuck that. We're gonna talk about all the big topics tonight, okay? All right, all the big topics. We've already talked to Garg a little bit. Not officially though, so this will be his official first podcast, so that'll be fun. And yeah, so I got really going on. We've been plugging away at the map stuff. So let me tell you a little bit about what's been going on. Okay, so basically, I've been thinking about like logistics and things, and I was ideating today. I was talking back and forth with Chi on like stuff because sometimes Chi just has to listen to me babble, and we're obviously doing large scale combat, right? So huge, expansive wall, the Northerners, ice. It's massive, and even if we have a packed house, 40 to 60 people, even if we have a packed out, which we'll just say 60 people, right? 60 to 80. Even if we have those numbers, it's so massive. So, I was looking at some Avatar stuff, and it doesn't seem to be that hard, or at least I haven't run into any snags yet. And let me explain what I'm talking about. You know those avatars that we used that had like rows, or like at least one row of like characters or knights, remember? I'm gonna do a couple of those, but it's gonna have to be a little bit cheeky. And I was thinking about how I want to do the mechanic, because our AOD is gonna need to be able to change from a single to multiple units rather quickly. So I was thinking I could have one model that they could change from single to multiple, and then to death, and then the death goes into invisible. That way we can do troops retreating, etc., etc. And I was thinking about how to do it right, because it is hard. You can't have a bunch of people that are like, say one guy's playing 4 or 8 units, say, if we're keeping it realistic. You know what I mean? Like if each person played 8, that'd be massive amounts of troops, right? So looking at that, I guess really the only important time that it is important for us is when the troops are coming in and making that like first initial like along the wall type situation. So we can have moving troops come in. It looks menacing. They camp out at night. At that point, we can probably like toggle on stuff. We're gonna need to, or it's either toggle on. I'm probably gonna go with like pick upable, or like like we talked about, like little packs of troops. I think I'm gonna do packs of troops. We have the DM gun, which we could throw things down. And we could do it that way. I am a little worried about performance though, doing individual instances versus like big chunks. Because we can also do it as a map item, right? And I don't. DM. Is it better to have toggles, or I guess it's all the same. So I guess it really doesn't matter. So we have the DM gun. We can splay some stuff down to actually show some troops, and then we can delete in batches, and then we can have people moving to show army troops. The only time it's going to be weird is if, say for example, we're showing like a big troop movement, right, from far away, and like say riders like, oh no you don't, and they all like start blah 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 blah. But if that's the case, then we just have like, I was thinking like a way to spawn. You just have people spawn on like your big. So we're gonna have the poor AOD. I've been thinking about this. We're gonna have to take a moment, and we're gonna have to learn how to use all this tech because we're gonna need it. And yeah. So we have. So we're getting the ideas flowing here on how to achieve some of these things. And of course, all the siege stuff, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Luckily, as long as we like structure the battle into phases, we should be all right. Because you have the initial cinematic shot, moving armies. Okay, then we can roll with static. Then we can show moving parts with the armies, and then switch back to static. And then, so like, say for example, you have like one guy simulating, or like three guys simulating like a troop will retreat, right? And they're like, or flanking maneuver, and they're flanking over, and then they go over there. So basically what they're gonna have to do is every time a troop movement is done, they need to set up like some sort of like enemy spawn camp. So they have a DM gun. They're like, okay, this is where our troops are now at. They'll spawn some guys down. They will then, I'm thinking the only thing we need to do is to figure out how to make it so we don't just have guys that are just standing there and then Ascension Academy is like, ah! That's the only problem with using the DM gun. Where if you were to use the movable targets, they can still kind of, I don't know, semi-react. I know it's still cheese, but it's we would have to be on the spot with deleting. Okay, my vision is to have, you have like, so an army force, okay, Ascension Academy is here down on the lower part of my V, okay? Enemy forces up here on this V, right? Okay. They decide to move their force, right? And they move the enemy force over to here. Ascension's like, oh, look at them go. And they like put down a bunch of stuff. Ascension Academy comes and attacks. The back line should be like the bad guys, and then the front line should be the bad guys that are actually played by a person. So then we can simulate, hopefully, people. But I have a feeling that's not going to work because we're all kind of like a meet and clear kind of situation. So I'm going to try a couple scenarios and run through them. I ultimately though, we're going to need to be able to put up like bases rather quickly, or like temporary trench type situations quickly. And I just don't know how to do them on the fly. They have to kind of be like pre-planned. So it's, I just don't know. It's going to be interesting. Ah, Core is here 4 minutes ago, and I missed, how did I miss that? It didn't even pop up on my screen. Well, poop. All right. Well, Core's coming. Start here in just a moment. What's up? All right, I can look over. Oh, there, I can look to you guys to the left. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like I'm reading the chat up there. Maybe add shield people at front of the NPC formation that are behind AOD, and then people can spawn from them. Or we have a designated unit type that they know not to attack. You're right. Shield people would be a good idea. Like a line. Yeah, that makes sense. But then we would need to simulate breaking of lines, right? So like if they defeat the first grouping, right, and then they know that, yeah, it'd be a retreat. But then how would you? Okay. So we spawn like formations of shield guys down. So say just like row, row, row. Okay. And then such an academy comes up. Combatant front line. They break. They know not to touch those guys because those guys aren't doing anything but holding shields up, right? The only thing though, This is hard. Doing large scale battle is going to be very difficult. Yeah. But the ideas are flowing. Sure, it's going to be difficult. We'll figure it out. Like I said, we'll get the cinematic shots, and then at that point, we'll figure it out, really. The best way to look at it, though, like, all right, it's not going to be that bad, right? There's going to be massive armies, right? Ascension Academy isn't just going to attack the main body of the army, right? We're going to need to make it... Okay, the numbers need to reflect that this is a massive army, and that their small ragtag group shouldn't just be... There'd be like little peas kind of like trying to chip off of it. So we need to get that scale open. And if we get that scale, they're not going to attack. They're going to do what they're supposed to do and, like, you know, flank and maneuver. And then we'd be dealing with small contingent forces, right? So it would be easier to handle it that way. I guess I'm just worried about... it should be fine. You get a designated unit that shows, like, that's meant to be for showboating, rows and rows of shoulders. So Ascension Academy will know that those are actual NPCs. Not AOD, but, like, actual just avatars just going through the motions. So then they can go like, wow, oh wow, that's so big, that's massive, you know. And if they do decide to attack main force, then we have a way to do it. We probably... Oop, Gargoyle's coming up. Yeah, well, we'll see. The problem is like having... I was thinking about, right, having giants in the back and, like, big guys, but then why are they just standing there watching the fight going, go? They're, like, going, go, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh. Maklara. Make a circle. I mean, it's gonna be hard, but I think we're gonna find something. We're gonna find a solution. I'll build a couple things with tech. We'll give it a whirl. Again, this is mostly for cinematic shots and knowing where the main force is, right? Like, we need to have the main force sprawled out along the wall. And then from that main force, we'll be tacking from that main force. Ascension Academy should be maneuvering around the main force, trying to go for key areas, right? Unless it's time to attack the main force, in which case we'll be ready for them anyways. So it should be fine. Yeah. You're right. The shield people should be easy, you know? Show like a wall of interlocking shields, etc. You know, looks pretty impenetrable. So that's that. Anything else I want to talk about? Well, we need to continue working on the map, obviously, so I'll be plugging away at that soon.
Hello, South RG.
No, what
I'm petitioning for a sooner hard end.
Sooner, what is that even?
for this set for the Ascension sessions, yeah.
Wait, what? For the Ascension Academy sessions?
Yeah.
Well,
It just
hold
goes
up.
for so long. That's all.
Yo, what's up?
Yo.
Welcome.
Can I walk in?
Come on in.
Go in the door. Just walk on in.
Walk
Or wait,
on
sit.
in. Yeah. Right there.
Right here,
Welcome.
right here.
Wait, yeah, right there. Perfect.
Hey.
Oh, you want me here? I'll be here.
There we go. Hello. Oh yeah, I got your I got your pin up. We barely use the top pin anyways, you know. So like, you know, might as well just have like a camera out, you know. Just it doesn't make any, you know. Here, let me fix it for you though. Sweet. There, perfect. All right. Cool. What's up, Garg? What's going on, homie?
What's up?
Not much.
Not much.
Yeah, yeah. Can't steal my line, man.
I'm sorry. I'm chilling out, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Welcome. You look. Wait. Oh, it's because I was used to seeing the older you.
Oh,
my,
hold on.
my
Let me
bad.
swap into it. Want to see it again?
Yeah, sure. For
From the trailers.
yeah,
I do love this one.
I mean, you did a good
It's
job.
pretty good.
Yeah. It's pretty suave. I mean, hey, we a bunch of
I
year
especially
fours
love
just
his
hanging out.
Beach outfit.
Oh shit.
Dude, this might be too old for year 4. I feel like this is such like an age up.
It is an age up. It is an age up.
Ooh. Flex.
Like,
Oh god, I don't think he can. He's not that muscly.
well, I don't know. Like looking at it, I don't. You look relatively close to this guy's age. Like, you know.
That's true.
I mean,
if
we
I
are
made a few
supposed to
changes,
be
I could
going into our
definitely make it
sexy
work.
face. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. You don't want to be
There's a few
you're totally
changes.
full grown. You want to like save a couple of the muscles for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Okay.
make, like an in between.
There you go. It is a good model though. I thought the one shots were amazing and
Oh, it was so much fun.
yeah.
For sure.
Okay, well sit down, you fool.
Hey.
Alright. There we go. Well, yeah, so the one shots were actually intense. You know, I really appreciate the help there. Got your cool glasses
Oh, it was
on.
a lot of fun. I got to just aura farm the entire time for the most part. I just was standing on top of tall things and looking at people and just it was so funny just doing that and just waiting for the right moment to just like wait for someone to see me and just go.
That is a lot of behavior.
Yeah.
Just wanted to fuck with people.
Yeah. Why are you like this? Why are you a little shit? Like I still haven't figured this out.
Look, he has his reasons.
Some problem with authority
A
or
little
what?
bit of trickster in him. No, I think he's okay with authority. Well, problem is he kind of sees himself as the authoritative figure, no matter what scenario he's in any scenario.
Okay.
He sees himself as the boss. So he just kind of does what he wants because he thinks he's in charge.
Wait.
Mm.
How did he get to being in charge? I just don't understand. Like how did he get that mindset? From who? His parents?
Technically. there are some Lennon spoilers that have not been revealed yet.
Oh,
that I
okay.
could,
Find out in character.
I mean, I could reveal some details. I mean,
all right. Well, whatever you feel comfy, you know.
Hot deets.
He definitely has some. I mean, one thing he's talked about very scarcely, I think would be the word. Very, very, very rarely, he has mentioned to maybe one or two people that his birth parents are dead.
Were you looking for the word sparsely?
Scarcity, dude.
We'll accept those answers.
Thank you. His birth family has died in an accident, is what he has said, and that is the most he's gone into it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
tragic
He,
MC backstory is what you're telling me.
oh yeah.
So then who is your mentor?
He was adopted by the Monomile family after his death of his birth family. He was adopted,
Okay.
Grew up on an island, fishing, fishing company, fishing island, right?
Yeah.
It was very much a self-isolation thing for him, I think. There wasn't really like a person in his life. He's always viewed his magic
Okay.
as what he's doing, this mark on his body, on his face, as his guiding force.
Is that better, Chad?
His
Can you hear him?
lack of control of it, the fact that this scar remains, means that he is not in control, right? It is a sign of a physical reminder that he can be more powerful.
Power.
Damn.
So that's more of his guiding force.
Kind of edgy.
A little bit edgy. Oh, I don't worry. It gets worse. If I told you the rest of the backstory, I went all in.
Yeah.
It's like I need to have one edgy
One?
motherfucker.
Oh,
edgy
out of all of
character.
your other characters.
Yeah, I need to have one.
Would you say that you kind of go crazy with your character creations when it comes to characters and or I guess RP?
I'd say so. I'd say I've learned that I start very simple. I start with a concept, a trope, or a gimmick, right? I think, what is the gimmick of this character? What is the trope of this character? And then I build on that as I work on the character more. A lot of people will start by building the most fleshed out backstory with like full nuance and details. I will often start with a line and a gimmick, and then I'll add on, so how did we get to that? How did we get to this from that? And how did we get to this from that, right? And that was how I did Lenif and how I've done most of my other characters.
Fair.
In that I start really simple. The original idea was that he is literally just a character who is complete narcissist in a lot of ways. He sees himself above all others and he hides it. He is two-faced.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which has been
Is
a very
that-
fun thing to do in character.
Well, I'm
Is
gonna
that
be honest.
something you
the-
like? You go.
Well, I was gonna just say like the two-facedness. I really didn't see it until more recent. Like it seems like it's like a.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
it got
he
really hard to
hid
start
it.
hiding.
Hides it.
I have been hiding that since the start of the RP, and I've been like, oh, I really just want to play the real Lenif. I really just want to have him like out himself as like being a piece of like garbage.
Uh-huh.
Well,
and
do you
it
take
just
relish
was-
in
it's
being a
been
piece
so-
of garbage? So like what's the driving factor here? Like why be okay? Let's take for the glasses for example, right? Like
Yeah.
why be a little shit? See that there's an opportunity to steal, and why want to?
Power. He wants to become more powerful.
Simple.
He wants, essentially, Lenif's ultimate goal is to become a god.
Jesus.
He
Oh, fair.
that is his ultimate goal at the end of the day. That is the driving factor. He believes he was born destined with this power, with this magic, to become a god, but he is stuck in a mortal body. That is his driving factor. It is to one day.
That's some Gale shit.
Uh,
That is the if we drive it down to what it is at the end of the day, he wants to become a god in some capacity. He wants to abandon this mortal form and become the all-powerful being he believes he was meant to be before being born into this mortal form.
no, I mean it's
That's
not like
crazy.
You know,
you know.
a little bit of insanity on
we
his part.
touched on this a little bit. There is an ascension path, but it's like, are you gonna get it? Like, and
Oh, I
who
don't think he
knows? Like, no one
succeeds.
knows that it even exists. He's like that one guy who like just like guessed the secret to life accidentally and was just like, I'm shooting my shot.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, I don't see
He's
any
on.
path for him
I
to
want to be
succeed in this path.
who wants to be a millionaire and
Yeah.
guess all the answers.
Yeah, exactly. He knows.
I like having goals that aren't necessarily attainable because it keeps you driving forward, even if like no matter what, right? So for Lenif, his goal is to become something that not feasible within the scope, right? But that will keep him driving forward throughout.
Yeah, I mean, quite often to have a good experience in the roleplay and like is you often have to have like an active character, just like in like the story, the main character or the villains. Like
Exactly.
you want to drive the plot.
All right, so
It's
there's been
it's a good thing to have.
so you've been changing throughout the years, but like what's been making it harder to hide? Is it just because we've been dealing with death and darkness, or Is it the
I
Ascension
think
Academy
that-
slipping? What like?
It's definitely has to do with the actions of like, I'd say the people around him more than his own. It's gotten harder
Jamie?
for him to keep up. Yeah, maybe a little bit. There's a couple people that have been like, it made it really hard for him to just not be himself towards, right? And I think it's just hard for him to keep up the act when all this stuff is happening. Like you said, with the darkness, and then Fallbrook was a big thing for him, right? That was a
Yeah.
really big turning point in his like story with like Octavia and the vampires and stuff, right? And just naturally getting involved in that stuff. I think that as time goes on, it's just harder for him to keep the facade going of I'm a nice guy when he just wants to tell people that he thinks they're useless.
That's
Interesting.
awesome.
A build up. It's like a very
But
slow
here's
build-up.
which oh, so you just find everyone useless?
So you know, there's a limit. Some people are useful.
But what? So
Who's
are you
useful?
looking
Who's
at
the
them
most
for
useful?
useful for them for your own ends, or like useful as in I could see them also achieving godhood? Like what? How? What's the level of thinking here?
It's a little bit of both, because there is a certain coming to Ascension, looking for an equal was a primary objective, right? Looking for an equal has always been something that has been wanted. Someone that shared the same ideals, shared the same mentality, the same state, right? Someone who also wanted to achieve godhood. You pretty much got it on the nose with that. But unfortunately, there's just not a lot of people who aspire for greatness.
Okay, so what about Ryder? Are you jealous of Ryder because he's not necessarily immortal?
Ryder was the first one. And it was jealousy is not the right word. It was a case of Ryder has all this power that he's not using. He's wasting it. He acts foolish in his ways when he has all this power. And think about what could be done with that power if you weren't Ryder.
So Lenith hates Ryder.
A little bit.
All right, give me your hate tier list.
Hate tier list. Hate tier list.
Oh my
Jamie's pretty far up there.
gosh. Ooh.
Damn, really?
Because
Two peas.
yeah, because he got caught. He got
got
caught
caught.
killing someone.
Why is everyone, dude? All of you motherfuckers are mad at Jamie because he got caught.
Hey, I didn't get caught.
Miriam said the same thing for Iris.
I didn't get caught.
What's wrong with you people? That's all you care about?
Kill someone
Dude,
right in
we're-
front of other people. No one said shit when I murdered that guy.
Dude, these podcasts have been very eye-opening for a lot of us.
He got caught.
God, we're fucked.
Um,
is just gonna win.
I think Chipz might be up there a little bit.
What did you do?
He's wasting the power, same as Ryder.
But
Think
Chipz
about
really hasn't shown
What
his.
Lennon
but-
could do with that power.
But Chipz hasn't really shown any power, I guess, until recently.
Is it just innate to being a vampire?
Just that. Like,
Oh, got it.
there was a conversation we had at one point where I believe you said it was a half joke from you, probably a full joke, but it was something along the lines of like talking about jumping 8 feet in the air. It's like, sorry, I'm just being a vampire, just innately have that this naturally just able to do all this stuff. And Lennox was fuming and had to keep it inside. He's like, ooh.
Okay,
ooh,
well,
I wanna.
Chipz was sometimes having some puberty growing pains. Ooh, don't mind my lean. Where he would just be like, "Hello world," and he'd start running, and he's like, "Zoom." What? Just kind of
Think about
like that.
what I could do with
I mean,
that
Chipz could technically have more power if he was a vegetarian too, right? Or vegan.
Oh, if he wasn't a vegetarian? Yeah, if he drank blood, I guess. Well, that's the thing. Or maybe it's the reverse. We don't know.
Yes.
But as far as most people would know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's blood be more powerful. I have a limit. Yep. All right, so you just don't like people who are innately powerful. So you're just a natural
Who are innately
racist,
powerful and don't do
fantasy-wise.
anything. No, innately powerful and don't do anything with it. People who waste their potential is what Leneth.
Got it.
That
So you're
is-
just
that
a
is it.
natural bad boy.
Oh, of course.
Ladies love you.
The ladies love us.
Listen, there's a reason. There's a reason him and Octavia hit it off. Okay.
Why a vamp though?
What do you mean?
And why
Why
that
a
one? You
vamp?
literally are talking about like power hungry people, and like, is
So-
Octavia really power hungry?
Oh, funny enough, she's the only person who has matched the same ambition, matched the same level of drive. They
Okay.
actually made an agreement regarding that.
Alright.
That she wanted to become power and he wanted power. So the agreement was to help each other, and that when she became the power, he would wield it. Was essentially the agreement. It was a really fucked up agreement,
That's,
but it was how they bonded.
Some
what
BDSM
started it.
shit.
that's
Use
some
me as a
kinky
tool,
shit.
daddy. What the fuck?
That was essentially what the conversation was, and it was the moment of like, we want the same thing, we can help each other. They are willing to sacrifice everything in the same way Leneth is about, achieving that greatness, achieving power, becoming what you are meant to be, breaking down those walls and moving forward on your path to greatness, no matter what.
Okay, so then what Godfrey was doing aligns with what you would want.
I'd say so, yeah. I'd say that was not far off from Leneth's, from my ideals.
Personal
you
gain
know?
power grab. So then if that was the case, why stop, man? Because was it counter to your ideals, or did you just not care? For right now, you just needed to follow.
So that's the funny
You're just-
thing.
Yeah.
I never got to talk to Godfrey properly.
Mm.
I wanted to actually talk to him.
Oh.
If I had been in the moment given that opportunity, I had a fully planned out thing to say to him that I can't remember exactly what it was off the top of my head, but I was fully willing to have Leneth, but Leneth was fully willing to betray the Academy at that moment if he got that alone moment with Godfrey.
Oh my gosh, that would have been so fun.
Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been good. Well, I mean, there's so much stuff happening, right?
You'll-
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Leneth will have plenty of opportunities for that in the north.
Well, see, he was willing to do. He's willing. He would have. One example, if I had gotten my hands on the Necronomicon, if it had been where it was, and I had gotten my hands on it personally, the first thing would have done, booked it.
Peaced out, huh? I
It
mean,
would've
yeah.
just literally pieced out. I don't think it would have gone well for him, but that would be the smartest play in that moment because he knows that he's never going to get his hands on it again. Never seeing that
Question.
book again. I
Question.
let it go.
do you feel comfortable enough in the RP to try to do something like that? This is
I think so. I think that with communication with DMs, I think that I would feel comfortable doing something like that if it came up, right?
yeah, right.
I have
Yeah.
a different question.
Hmm?
Would Leneth would Leneth come crawling back to the academy if he fucked up?
If it was the next best solution, yeah, I think that he would. I think a good lie could be made
Right.
to come back.
All right. So what's his
it had
contingency
to.
plan? Say everything you just fuck up and you're just like, God damn. All right. Well, burn that one. Okay. Well, that's not useful anymore. I got to move on. What's my backup plan?
It really depends on the situation, right? Like contingency for if plans of the academy falter, like right now, like if
So
you've,
right
like,
now, yeah, we find out that you're just like Jamie, but worse, and you get caught.
and I'm
Yeah.
caught.
And
Yeah.
get caught.
Going north straight to Octavia. That is his actual plan. That is, he is going straight to Octavia
Okay.
in the north to go to her library and then
Sugar
try and
mama.
acquire his greatness. Yep, acquire his greatness from elsewhere.
He's gonna
That is his-
so he's basically
his
gonna
backup.
go to Sugar Mama's house, stay there for a little bit until he like finds himself.
And then we
Yeah.
and then we see then we see him later on in later on in year 4.
No. Later on, he's still in Sugar Mama's basement, finding himself.
It's gonna take him a bit of time, guys. It's gonna take
Listen,
Okay.
just one more month. I promise I will achieve greatness.
You can't do that.
he could. You know, I think that he's had some options on the table that have come up, right? But all of them have like such severe negative consequences. It's a question of like, what is the best option to achieve this path? What is where do we go from here without dying?
Yeah.
Do you think
It's a
Lenneth can
tough
do
one.
it? Do you believe in Lenneth to do what he wants to do?
I believe. I mean, okay. Lenneth fully believes 100% that he cannot fail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is one major flaw of the character. He has no sense of fear because he believes that he cannot lose.
Mm.
Damn. Even after all the things that have happened that could have proven otherwise, he still thinks he's pretty invincible.
So it's specifically that he will warp things that have happened, the events in his mind. He will warp them to believe that he has done everything right.
Okay. So
100% of the
This
time.
is
And
all
that
according
is
to
a
the
coping
plan.
mechanism.
actually,
Yeah, exactly.
most people do that though, just by default. That's not like a you only thing.
That's not healthy.
Right? I know.
I think he doesn't make mistakes. It's just setbacks in a plan that will inevitably work out. He will achieve his goals.
Mm.
He will become what he's meant to be.
Like,
What
what
do
if
you
you're?
think?
Well, I think you.
I think
Man,
this fucker's gonna blow up one day. I think this dude's
You
gonna
gonna
blow up.
crash out?
I don't know. I think he might literally blow up at some point. I think he's gonna go too hard, and he's gonna turn to energy or something because his plan isn't gonna work.
so basically,
I think
all of
that
us
is
are just
the-
gonna poof into some weird miasmic cloud.
Yeah, I could see it.
It's
Fun.
it's
not-
gonna
it's not
come down to
impossible.
D20, isn't it?
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it usually does.
I know he's considered a lot of options for how to do his next step, but it's hard to say what the best ones are, right?
All right. Well, there's plenty of opportunities, and so if you're looking for power upgrades, I mean, you are at the right place. The academy is a good place, and there's lots of things
Yeah,
there,
that's
which
what
you've
that's
obviously
his reason for
interest.
staying, right?
Right.
He wants to see what the academy can bring him and to use it to further himself, and that is his goal. That's his like in character reason for staying at the academy, because a lot of people will make characters and they won't stay in the RP because they don't give them a goal, the reason to stay. But his reason to stay is because the academy has so many things that he can just get through the academy. He can't get anywhere else.
So is it more about the
such a
stuff,
beneficial place?
less about the instruction? Poor teachers, rest in peace.
It is
That
unfortunately
pause.
how do I no offense to any professors, but they cannot provide him anything he believes that he needs.
They're worthless. Bunch of
He
fucking
doesn't even learn
worthless-
anything. He just sees shit.
He learned some illusion stuff. That was really good. That was useful.
You're looking for
He also
spells.
could've-
You don't want to. You don't
Cool.
care about mindset. You don't want to be programmed.
He wanted those last,
Need-
didn't he?
He could teach himself. I just need to find a book. I'm good. Give me the right book. I'm set.
All right. So, what are your top artifacts? If you could just like sack the academy, what would you take?
Oh, what does I have? I don't. What's in it right now? Let's think.
There's the fertility rock.
You gotta have the fertility rock. You know.
Might need that one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are legendary swords in there, ancient artifacts. Yeah, they're all up in there. They're all powerful
Yeah.
objects. That,
There's the glasses.
I think
the glasses.
it's really interesting because anything that's powered on its own, he wouldn't. Not useful, right?
Mhm.
Not in his interest. Not aligned with it.
So then, why are the
because
glasses so important
has-
to you?
Let me try and remember. I had a very good reason for wanting to look at them. I think I might have just been curious. There was a reason. There was something I
They
was
are
told about him
mysterious
that
glasses.
day that I was like, "Oh, I really want to see him."
Well, they're.
Do you remember what they did?
Butterflies around things.
Yeah.
That people die? Question mark or
Correct. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was the gist of it. It was months ago. I do not remember.
Maybe you
exactly off the top
thought
of
you
my head.
were maybe you thought it was tied to darkness? Question mark. Who knows? I guess what's your
It
infatuation
might have
with
been
that?
it. I'd have to check the VOD again to make sure because I don't want to state something that just inherently isn't true.
So so is your
Um,
character infatuated with what's the stance on the darkness then? Like that's a primordial, right? Like if you're looking for
Oh, yeah.
gods and that's an ancient being, right? Like supposedly, right?
It's a matter of it's the darkness is a tough one because on one hand there's the belief that I could handle it. I'm me. I'm Lenif Monomile.
Interesting.
But on the other hand, it's a matter of I don't think I should make any deals with a primordial entity that can twist the deals, right? The only way I would make a deal would be if the deal had set parameters and I had full belief that the primordial entity making this deal with me would follow these set parameters. That like you give me this, I will do this for you. There's no twisting of it, but the question is, would that actually work? And probably not, right? But that is the only way he would be willing to take anything. If it was like,
Well, what if
give me
what if-
power, I'll kill 1,000 people, right? He would be like, deal, easy.
Right. Okay. Right. So, I mean, just roping back to that, do you think darkness doesn't have your best interest? I mean, remember he sees Academy people as enemies, right? Trying to kill him. So, or whatever. And he's got generals who he did impart power, which you've seen, great power, and one of them has escaped, right? And that could be you, right? One basically almost a level of godhood walking. Because if you think
You
about
just
it,
might need to take a little nap.
It's very tempting. It's very tempting because I think it helps that he definitely. It's a weird thing to say, but I think he might. There's a little bit of himself he sees in the darkness, right? In the sense that it cares about itself and it's willing to do whatever it takes to protect itself, and no matter the cost, keep itself safe and have its own best interests at heart, right?
do you really think that it's trying to
Which-
protect itself? Question mark.
To a certain extent, I think it's clearly has its own interests at heart, right? And protecting itself is a part of that. But I think it's more about just it's something very similar to him in that it wants power. It clearly, from his perspective, it wants power, it wants control, it wants to be this entity that is maybe in control of everything. Maybe it has a very similar self-interest.
So you view it.
At
So you
heart,
view it as a
right?
sentient being, then?
I think so. I think that the distinction there might become hard to make, right? It is an entity of some sorts. And if I, Lenif Monomile, see myself as a god in the mortal's body, then why should I view this entity, this primordial entity known as the darkness, any different than myself in terms of that?
I mean, there's definitely some interesting lore here which obviously would be all spoilers, so I can't really say much.
course.
But
Lore that you want to tell us about, right?
but I mean, I have preached a bunch about the darkness, which like I'll just reiterate some of the core stuff. Like, I'll say the line, "We all have a little bit of darkness in ourselves," right? Like this is true. It's the negative thoughts. It's the chaos
Yin yang.
inside. Yeah, exactly. The yin and yang. You can't have light without the dark. If you want something to be, you need things that are basic essence, right? And usually you have, which is the primordial, right? Primordial usually just means kind of like the first ancient, basically, kind of a type of situation. And for me, when I preach about darkness, darkness is about like overcoming the darkness within all of us, right? Because we all can become like the darkness, or like a general, or going down the right path. We can have these righteous intentions, just like you. Well, I don't know if you have righteous intentions.
Based on the last couple podcasts, I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah. Our academy's fucked. When do you think we're
Now
gonna
I'm
give
scared.
in?
Oh man.
Headmistress Hoshi was right.
Dude, I think that, funny enough, on the mention of righteous intentions, it's so funny because he's actually gotten to become a better person throughout the RP. He has actually started to care about some people.
Oh my god.
I know it's messed up. There are
How could he
certain
do
people in the
that?
past that he would if they were if it was a Scar like Lion King moment, like Long Live the King, instantly would have long lived the kingdom, right?
Sure.
And now I think he would, if the choice was this helps me or I help you but I lose that chance,
Right.
before he would have instantly taken the this helps me, and now he would probably, depending on the person, probably pull him up, even if it would cost him. And of course he would lie to himself and be like, no, they're helpful to me, that's why I saved
Right.
them.
Right.
That's why I help them.
And interesting. So basically, you have the makings to become a really bad person, because all it takes is for them to get slaughtered, and then you're flipping a switch.
Are you saying it only takes one bad day?
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, listen. As soon as the realization hits that, as soon as the realization hits that there's actual like care and understanding for these people, nothing more is going to be wanted than to nip those feelings in the bud. Right? Just straight up cut them off. That's too much humanity in there. That is slowing me down. I need that removed.
All right, that's another interesting thing. So you view humanity's moralic or any sort of morally straight as a humane thing, and that is not like a god. Gods do not have feelings. They're emotionless? Question mark?
I would say so. I would say that the perception of a god would be someone who is above, in this mindset at least, above all others. Someone who has great power. Someone who
Insert
is beyond.
Emo's Baron's gonna come and debate you. How dare you put down
they
my
give no
kind
quarter
god?
to other people. they just do what they want to do, right?
So what would your
Yeah.
response be to like a Barian trying to debate you? Like, no, my god is good because they are, or whatever, or someone else who has like a good god, kind.
I
God.
think that there are two arguments to be made there. One, well, that is the god of kindness then, and I have no interest in being the god of kindness. Or, then maybe I need to be better than a god. Maybe gods are weak too. Maybe I'm aiming too low.
That's fine.
Maybe primordial entity is the option.
We should give this guy
How
guy
do you
more power.
Wait. How do you become a prime? To be, I once was, always am, and always will be. Versus, so I want to be that too. You can't. I want to be
gotta-
once
Well,
was,
no,
always be a be. Can I be that? So basically, you want to merge with the darkness.
See,
Well,
that's where it
it's-
becomes complicated, because the question of losing his personhood, losing what he is, right? It's the same reason that he wouldn't want to use powered weapons, because they're not his magic, they're not him. To lose his magic, to lose his scar, to lose his mark, to lose his lightning would be to lose what he wants to be.
It would be like he died, right?
It would be the same as like dying, right? And he has no interest in dying. He won't die. He's never gonna die. It's impossible.
I see it more like he wants to embody like a new force, and that would be like the
It would have
be
to be
like-
something that would probably be more up his alley. Yeah, to become a
Yeah.
new force. The
that, like,
But
really
but
makes-
how do you become that?
Reshapes
Like you're
reality.
talking about
No
like,
clue.
man.
He-
So you're
no clue
Delulu.
whatsoever. Yeah, completely.
You just got that?
No, maybe a little bit, you know?
I mean, okay, I can understand having lofty goals. Remember that we've met titans and shit, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's some crazy shit that's ancient. It's old,
yeah.
but it exists, and we know planes of power exist because we met a random fucking thing. Little girl with wigs. So we know other shit exists, but they're like untouchable. And so we have this weird cosmic idea that, man, there's this big cosmic world of universe that we don't understand. But that's you gotta have stepping stones. Like maybe try like getting to another plane of
go
existence
to-
first, which
yeah,
is
yeah.
obviously hasn't been done for, you know. So if you could do that, then maybe the next step would be
That's
meeting
step one.
God, you know.
Then step 2, and then step 3, but there's no end goal in sight. It is to the top, baby. And as soon as the ladder keeps growing, he needs to keep climbing.
Got it. But if you're given a shortcut like AKA darkness, then you might take it if it's enticing enough.
If it's enticing enough, and the confidence is there that it will work out.
I will grant you the power to traverse any plane of existence.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. And if the deal was clear that like this is what you get, this is what I get, and the confidence was there that was the deal being made, then it's likely, right? I think
right.
that is any sort of deal where it's open-ended, where I might just kill you and take over your body and to turn you into my minion, would be an instant no, right? If that idea, that semblance of an idea was even there, it would probably be a shutdown. Like, I'm not that stupid.
Right, but then you're also dumbing down the darkness to where it doesn't really need to do that if you want to think about it. I mean, he can just let you fester and become rotten yourself until you just become.
Yeah, but I can't do that.
Yeah, you're not bad. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen to you.
Yeah, exactly. Now you understand. That's the flaw.
Oh yeah, no,
That is
but
how
like,
it would get him.
yeah, no, definitely. That's what I mean.
Like,
the Delulu.
Does let us think of things as like in terms of good and evil?
Good question.
Ooh, in terms of good and evil, black and white.
How are you now?
I think the way that he thinks of things is specifically in the sense it really is all about personal ambition and power and drive for him. And he doesn't really see good and evil. He sees people doing things to better themselves and people doing things that keep themselves down, right? Anything in between that doesn't really matter to him. I think that he does see things, like, obviously he understands, good, evil. He knows this is someone doing a good thing, this is someone doing an evil thing, but if that good thing is not beneficial to you, he sees that as a bad thing.
Sure. That's the kind of person to look up people's MMR off of the game.
Yeah. He's instantly. He wants to know what he's signing up for, who he's dealing with.
All right, so what are your expectations for the North? You know, getting out this god hunt, because you do this for hours.
Expectations. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Cold.
True.
I think that. Oh, that's a really tough one. I don't really know. I haven't really put a lot of thought into like what'll happen. I imagine. Yeah, I haven't really put a lot of thought into what I should expect to happen, right?
Yeah.
I expect, obviously I know some things like that are being planned a little bit. I know, like, I think that I'm very excited to do North Expedition stuff. I think that's going to be very fun. Just overall, the winter equipment, the traveling, the whatever, wherever we end up going, coming hot off the tails of Fallbrook. I don't think I have any real. I'm trying to think if there's like anything.
Do you even know what we're getting ourselves into?
Just a war or something going on. It's fine.
Okay. So do you think we're gonna end up like the book, or yeah, I guess like.
I mean, I really want that book.
Wait, what? You want everything? Are you just? You're just a thief.
That's kind of. if given the opportunity, if it benefits me, sure.
Mine?
If it benefits me, yeah. Only for the things that matter, which is anything that matters to me.
Okay, but how's that book gonna? Okay, so that book really wouldn't help you though. Like, what? You would just go and face getting killed a bunch of times? How would that help you?
The Stealth is referring to the Moontide Pass book.
Yes,
right?
Not the Necronomicon.
Oh, that book.
Yes.
Oh, that book. Oh. I feel like actually, funny enough, that book would actually be super useful in terms of if it was gonna do the, well, think about the training
Information,
purposes
right?
of that and the information you would get and all the knowledge you would learn from reliving those moments, right? Like
That would-
even in those the experiments you could do, right? Even when we were sent back, one of the first things Lennox went to do was carve something into the world to make sure that this was not real, so that if they ever went there, he could check that area if it still existed in any capacity and see if the carving was still there, see if the damage he did was still there, see if they in some capacity were actually like it was basically, although unrealistic, he was experimenting and he wants to know the full grasp of what is actually capable, right? And having that book would, you know, benefit him in terms of training. You know, he could fight like darkness all day every day. He could just get more powerful in what, and it's like a time frame that's severely reduced, right, for how it feels.
Damn, damn, that's morbid, bro. You wouldn't mind putting yourself through that?
Not at all if it's beneficial.
Man, everybody was like fucked up after that.
I don't think it's just that he would do it. He would also make everyone else do it too.
Oh, easily, yeah. They got to do it too. I mean, I'm not going in there alone. You crazy?
I wonder how many people would volunteer for that. Now that I think about it.
I think there's actually a good amount of students that would do that. Go back in there to get training.
I think a majority wouldn't, but I think a few would.
Well, okay, it would cheapen their experience if they went back in, but I guess then they would have to get the fortitude and they whatever get used to dying.
Yeah.
I guess they'd get vamp training.
That'd be cool.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you just got to break the spirit a little bit. Once you die a few times, it's
yeah,
it gets easy after a few.
A little death
you get
never
used to
hurt
it.
anyone.
And that'll definitely be beneficial there. You know, getting used to that sort of like feeling.
Yeah, but I could definitely see people, the peer pressure being real, like, oh shit, they're going. I guess.
Yeah. Some people just gonna be like, well,
Not your problem,
fine,
though.
I'll go.
Not your problem.
no, but I just want to take a few more hits of the book, guys. I just need a little bit more. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Just a little bit more pain and suffering. We'll be ready to go fight the darkness soon.
Pretty much. Do you think we're gonna well, first of all, we're obviously gonna be facing off against the forces of the dark, or presumably anyways, because that's what it seemed like with the declaration.
Yeah.
And
There we go.
So we've had a taste of the book. Do you think we're ready?
Absolutely not.
If we're not, then who is?
I said we as in a collective. I'm ready. I can do it alone.
Forgot. Yes. All bow.
There's like,
That makes me think.
who would I have confidence? Who would Lena have confidence? Could actually do this. I think Ryder's dead in an hour. I think that
Damn.
I think that Ryder says, I got this, and tries to take everything on, and then doesn't come back.
Glacier falls on him. Nah, he'd have a good time trying to burn that down, though. Then another
I
glacier
think that
falls on him, and then he's drowning in water.
It'd be a glorious
I
hour.
don't know if he's dead. I think he's just, we never see him again.
he's buried at the bottom of a new ocean.
I can absolutely see that. That'd be really funny.
He wakes up centuries later. What happened, guys?
Did we win?
Fucking, the world's covered in darkness.
What do you think is going to be more powerful, the ice or the fire?
If it's Ryder's fire, definitely.
It would be the desire for booty.
Really? You think so? Remember, he's going to be in a cold environment. He's going to be nippy.
Yeah, but he has this like undying urge to like get out of anything. So I just feel like his like pure spirit would empower him to melt any ice that comes in front of him,
All
and then
right.
he would pass out.
Then who's gonna die?
Who's gonna die? Hoshi.
How could you say that?
Too innocent.
Oh, is it die?
Oh my god.
They just got their magical girl transformation.
Look, Hoshi brings back.
Yeah,
You
that was only a
know.
couple months ago.
Yeah, that's so fuck.
Yeah, it's been long enough. Who's gonna die? I
mean, in
think I
terms
just
of
say
the
Hoshi.
roleplay, it probably would have just been a couple months ago.
Yes,
right?
that's why it's fucked, because our timing is so bad. God,
I can't wait for the. Yeah.
this is turned into like filming or something, where like we're like trying to get like, you know, a week of high school
Yeah.
movie,
the
and
Stranger
it's just
Things kids growing up like 10 years.
it takes us 3 years.
Yeah, we
Jesus
had that
Christ.
familiar
man.
training.
Oh my god.
We'll just have a really long gap in between year 3 and 4.
Dude, we're gonna be year 4, right? And we're still trying to play college people, and we're all gonna be like old men and women. I got this.
Guys,
No.
I gotta go see my grandkids today. I can't make it to session. Sorry.
Damn it. Lord help us. I'm gonna need to get more help.
Someone's playing
Thanks.
for
We
a
gotta get through
pirate.
that
The VR headset on.
Welcome back to the latest episode of Ascension Academy. This is year 4, episode 27. I'm Lenif Monomal today.
We just got back from our break.
We just got back from our 7th break in a row.
Oh god, can you imagine? I don't even want to imagine. And then we try to get new people in. Oh
Yeah,
no.
the last cast members died.
There's new
It's
openings.
been so long that the old narrator that the old narrator died and they had to hire a new one.
We didn't even have time to roll the dice. They just died.
If someone,
You know,
someone
honestly,
has
thank
a
you, Chipz number
grandkid-
2 for on the finale.
if someone
Yeah.
has a grandkid, we have to end the roleplay.
Agreed.
That's the Oh my god.
Someone in chat just said IRL death rolls.
Yeah, that's what we were. That's what we were fucking. That's what I was simulating. Yeah. That's... Wait.
Oh.
All right, Johnny, it's time.
Can,
One last roll.
some kids' inheritance are money. Some is the Ascension
such a
Academy
bad-
roleplay.
imagine the hospital like I don't know if I can make that shit.
I give
Doctor
you.
brings in the dice. All right. This is how we
I-
decide if we take him off life support.
Dude, I give you my chromatic last chance poster.
You gotta make a
My rook picture. And no, the gold is just getting thrown out. But you could have this picture too. Alright, sorry.
You've got to get like one of those timeshare contracts. So like when someone dies, the role like the slot gets passed
It just
on
goes
to
to
the next
someone else.
person.
Oh my god. What? I don't even wanna
Yeah.
I don't even wanna think about it. So now I was like, man, what would happen? No. I'm alive. I'm
No, it's not
Godhood.
going that long. We're fine.
achieve.
God.
Listen, I'm
Yeah.
vampire, okay? All right? And I'm going to be alive for a very long time.
You lucky son of a gun.
Okay, listen. All we got to do is survive for a little bit longer, right? And hope to God we're rich enough to be able to buy like the forever drugs.
No, we need
Look,
we need
look.
we need to live long enough to upload ourselves to the internet. Obviously.
I would hate that because then you'd have to kill off my fleshy body. I'm sitting there going like the young, cool, hip internet me is going there going, haha, I'm cool and you're not. You're about to die, flesh bag. And I'm like, no, please, let me live. I like my.
You'd have to kill your actual body before you got uploaded.
I don't like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you
Sorry.
do it, Lenneth? Would you do it? Would you let them
You got Lenif?
Well, I called you Lenneth. Garg. Would you let?
Okay, I just need because there's a
Would-
distinction there.
Yeah, good point. This is real. Would you
Okay.
allow that? Would you let yourself be offed to get yourself uploaded to the internet?
I've actually put a lot of thought into this.
Oh god damn it. When did this turn into the next zombie apocalypse theorizing thing?
The way I see it, if they just upload me, it's a clone. It's not me, so no. However,
Amen.
I would allow a ship of Theseus to my brain.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
As long as my consciousness never stops and they
like
slowly
cybernetics.
replace parts of my brain with robotic brain,
Okay.
then I'm never dying because they're
There's a
slowly they're slowly
Sure.
replacing parts of my brain with cybernetic brain that I then and my consciousness since my consciousness never stops, I'm still me. I continue to exist. I never die. But I wouldn't
what
not
if
just
there's like
upload my brain straight
a
up.
brief like reset that they have to like, reset your body?
Then I'm dead.
Well, but you come back. Or at least you think you do.
That's
Right.
what is existence?
Right, that's where we start getting into heavy shit here. Right? Existential crisis time.
I do it.
God.
You do it?
I think I do.
Really? No
I do it,
hesitation?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Hell yeah. We
I
only
think
have
I
a
would-
short
I would
time on
create a
this
clone.
earth.
Oh, I would hate to create a clone. I would feel bad
Okay.
for any clone of myself I created. I don't know if I would.
I don't know because like my poor like if there was an LLM because that's all I would look at it like it would be like a large language model that's kind of smart and acts like me
Yeah.
kind of. It's not real, right? Like that's not
Yeah.
really me. That doesn't.
If it's an LLM, all you need to do is talk to a chatbot for like a year, and then we'll have you. It's not like uploading
Right.
your consciousness.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like, so what is you? Like.
Well, it's.
Right, exactly. What makes
Doesn't
up you,
matter.
right? Like, I mean, it kind of does. I mean, if I'm me and I want to, that's the point, and that's why we're not meant to live forever, right?
And we're not. I mean, we're gonna die. I'm gonna die at some point. I'll put an upload of my
I'm
brain.
gonna become a god.
Um,
I'm just gonna become a god.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
you're trying, but like, we don't have that option here. Well, okay, the drugs. If we get good drugs, but we got to have a lot of money,
True.
so we got to get a lot of capital now,
need some time dilation.
and then
You
we got to
gotta-
keep ourselves
some
healthy
AA
enough.
merch.
Yeah.
All right, so then, all right, well, let's change the question. Would you then take the miracle drug that will keep you going and rocking for another couple hundred years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Okay.
What's the downside?
Well, I mean, some people might not do it, so you'll see a lot
Sucks
of
for them.
changes. Well, there's going to be a time where there's new generations coming in and you're still going, and probably
Just
what's
gonna
going to
be
end
able
up
to
happening
relate.
is if we do have a longer lifespan, we're probably going to have less kids, which will have a horrible
That's true.
effect on a lot of things, right? Which is already, scary of that, but whatever. I don't even.
You just
Wanna
be
go
elves.
now?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, that's basically, yeah, we'll
Well,
slowly
I think-
decline in population and go to Aldoria.
Yeah. Here's what you do. Right?
Is
You-
Aldoria a retirement home for elves?
It's so yeah. I was gonna say you just become elves. It's just side effect of this drug. You get taller, lankier, and your ears get really pointy. Weird, right? I mean, that's the backstory, guys. That's the secret backstory you've all been waiting
That's the T.
for.
And then what if like somebody like dies or like your loved one, right? And like your significant, your soulmate, and then you're stuck for 200 years alone,
have
depressed.
they uploaded their consciousness to an AI?
Well, no, because that's all. Oh my God, So you would just replicate them, put them into a clone's body, and fuck that every night?
Yeah, why not?
Jesus, that's
You know?
horrible! You're horrible, Batman!
As long as they're happy.
Wait, as long as they're happy? What do you mean? They're dead! I guess you're keeping the new one happy, I guess.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't care. I'm talking to you now instead of Lyneth.
No, I would care. I would care.
Okay.
I would I don't know. I think that I would do it. I think that life is about moving on and having new experiences, and sometimes you just need to just have a fresh restart, right? And if it becomes to the point where something happens in your life where you need that restart, you can take it, right?
But how many restarts can you do? Like, okay, well, like you, even in a short time frame, like living to like 40, 50, 60, right? You would have been in probably multiple pretty decently long relationships, have loved and lost, maybe still lament family members, deaths, etc., etc. So like there's things that start slowly weighing on you and your soul as you keep going on that will stay with you. And they pile. They don't just go away and you get a new start. It's another chapter that is being put to rest. And it just keeps piling and getting bigger until the book gets just so fucking heavy. So like how much do you think we can actually take?
Are you okay?
Sorry, this is my god, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put us here.
No. I will say I think that though the book keeps getting heavier, I think you can lighten it to the point where it will feel like nothing if you know what you're doing. If you do the right things and you talk to the right people and you cope the right ways, I think that it is possible to let anything go and to lighten that weight on your shoulders, even in a short amount of time, but especially for a long amount of time. Eventually, moving on is an important thing, and living is the most important thing.
I'd be immortal. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd be a god.
Yeah.
I'd feel the weight for sure. I don't think
you ever stop feeling the weight, but I think you can I do believe you can lighten the load a lot.
Sure. But I
do the right things.
I've obviously written about this, right? Like, and that's where we go into like the vampire psyche stuff, right? Where they eventually start going a little nuts. So
yeah,
like it's
At some
just
point, for sure.
it's just synapses are just gonna.
Chipz is perfectly fine.
Oh yeah.
Well, right
So
now Chipz is fine. I don't know about me.
If Lenneth ever achieved his goals and he keeps his his mental state, he goes full insane. Right? Like if Lenneth ever achieves his goals and he like becomes immortal in some capacity, somehow, some way, by the end of it, he is going to be a madman after enough time.
Sure.
But he will be a very content madman. A very satisfied madman.
Oh, the Lenneth?
In the tryouts, during the tryouts, did you like think about like how he's changed in that time, or?
That was the good Lenneth. That was the good future Lenneth. That is not the one I expect to get.
Good end.
Because the only way he stayed here and he's still like immortal, like still mortal, stayed at the academy, meant that he did not pursue achieving his goals at all costs, right? It meant that
what do
he
you think the
settled
reason
down.
would be? Why?
Well, Octavia, for one thing, he has the wedding ring on the model. He's with Octavia, right? So that definitely would have helped him a little bit. He would have just sort of calmed a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a case of like he's a much more patient, kinder Lenneth was the one I played in the tryouts, because I had to think about if he's still at the academy and he has a partner and he's like clearly enjoying himself. He's more like a friendly Loki than anything else in terms of like his personality. He's just like he's playing little tricks on people. He's having fun. He still feels above people in some regard, but he's willing to teach people. He's willing to do those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a very good end for Lenneth that I feel like I did prep people when I made him, and when I was doing the tryouts. I was just telling my community like, this is don't expect this. If we see Leonard grow, he's going to get worse, not
This
better.
is
from here.
SSR.
There's
This
the
is
potential
SR
for
poll.
there's the potential for this to happen, but I'm not likely at all for him to go down the route of goodness, because there's just so many opportunities for not goodness.
I'd like to change pace real quick.
Yeah.
I miss Carytown.
Me too.
I miss the mayor. The new mayor.
I miss.
Well, then you
Yeah,
ran
I
away.
miss Carytown.
Yeah.
I miss
That means we're gonna have
Gillian.
another season of Carytown, right?
Hmm. Well, yeah.
That means we're gonna have a new season.
Actually,
I'd love to do another.
I was
one
gonna
sometime.
bring it back at some point for a little mini thing, for a mini run, because it's on the sub
That'd be
goal
fun.
list. I just have
And
to.
there's a lot of AOD and stuff. I'm sure that would love to make little Carytown characters to like
Oh yeah, yeah.
participate. That'd be really cool. Like,
Well, it needs to come
really
back
populate that
anyways, because you know, when we get back to stuff. So after the North and then all that stuff.
You're
Eventually.
planning to involve it in like plot or something.
Well, yeah, it's one of our bastions.
Mhm.
Like we may fuck up all around the world, but that
That
one
is
place.
that is one place that
we
has
can
been
call
good.
home. Yeah, we can call that place home. All right.
Not even the academy.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I hate to tell you this, but there's something really bad underneath the academy that
What?
might cause us some
What?
problems.
Oh no.
And that's not in Carytown.
True.
So when the academy,
you- is
academy eventually
Carytown
blows
gonna
up, we
develop
just go to
more?
Carytown.
Like in terms of buildings.
Honestly, they're pretty teched out. I'm gonna be honest. I'd probably
it
keep
was
it.
like- It was pretty good.
Actually, I haven't seen it in a bit. Actually,
It was
Yeah.
pretty. It was pretty well set off. I mean, for roleplay wise, pretty much
Yeah.
had, for the most part, like it's been a very good map from what I remember.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like, it had everything you needed. It had like all the different like places you needed to go to.
new skyscraper
Very well set
now.
in that regard.
Well, normally there's always like we always added something new, right, to show development, which is what you're referring to. And like I don't know what I would add. It's pretty much complete, other than like if we were to do. I really don't know what I would do.
Did you get a new district, maybe?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say there was the slums, the homeless district, right?
Oh yeah, I guess it could
You
expand
could-
out a
adding
little bit.
Adding an expansion on that, and maybe just like taller walls, taller towers, maybe another set of walls
Yeah.
like around the outside. If you wanted to do
Right.
like big expansion, those would be my ideas. So like you keep the
Wow.
inner city mostly the same, and then you
Yeah.
add like just stuff on the outside to like make it look bigger.
Sure.
Oh my
Some-
god, witty and friendliest are in chat. What a treat.
Oh my god.
Yo,
Well, we were
what's
just
up,
talking
guys?
about the mindset of the vampires and the depression that it brings. Makes
Yeah.
sense that they came.
The vampires.
It is true. Again, I'm still
They were so
flabbergasted
cool.
that you went for a vampire. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Listen, man, there's so
Yeah,
many
I get it.
benefits
They're
to
hot.
that.
I know, and they live a long time. But, I get it.
And if Lenif ever gets to the point where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna make it, just take a little bite. Just take it. Just like, you're right. You might as well. I'm gonna die anyway. You know.
Just know that, you know.
I know there's a risk involved, but I'm gonna die anyway. Like it's like a perfect like backup plan.
I mean, take your chances, I guess. I mean, you're right. But would you
What
wait
if
until you were old?
Falls
We're
about
getting back to this
drinking
existential crisis.
I
Would you
know,
wait till you're old to
I remember-
change?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then he's stuck like
We
that.
sh-
Yeah, I remember this. That blows.
Yeah, so you're gonna be an old man stuck as.
It would really have to. Yeah, that's the hard part. It would have to be, really finding something that could get his chances up so that he can do it when he's younger, right? If he did want to go that route.
I got it.
Wait,
Got
all
it.
three are here? Oh shoot. Oh yeah, they are all here. Nitro Alec too.
Oh my God, they're looking at you. They're their next victim.
Yo, what up?
Listen, fresh meat. He wants to become one of us.
It'd be so cool. It'd be so awesome. Just one of many of Lenif's contingency backup plans, you know, for how to achieve greatness.
You didn't get kissed, right? Like,
No,
okay,
no,
dirty.
you know. Well,
Vampires are dirty. They're just bad people.
If they get a normal break in between year 3 and 4, you know, I think Lenif will go north and go visit Octavia. If it's a normal break, I think that he would not return to his island home.
Swear to God, if I see little teeth marks,
Listen,
I will
sometimes
know.
You just have to do what you have to do.
and have to do,
Why
bro.
have we seen Lenith? Why is this Lenith-shaped silhouette just sneaking into the medical building every once in a while?
Why does he keep having more holes on his neck appear? Damn it,
absolutely would do that,
Lenith!
though.
You're addicted.
Like he would absolutely, if he could, secretly do this and then tell no one whatsoever, and just sneak the blood if he had to, right? Like he would keep it a complete secret. It would just be very hard, and it would require probably constant illusion magic to even hide that fact. And I doubt he'd be able to hide it from, say, like Chipz and Victor, right?
Oh well, hiding that
So it's
something
really-
like that'd be hard. Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and
because I
and
imagine
you
they would just be able
smell.
to tell.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be easy.
Oh, another one be. Oh man, yeah. A couple people would
Yeah.
would definitely have.
Cause like the
a way to
mana
detect
pulsing, like in the veins and the blood and shit, like we like sense all that shit. We're like, "Ooh, but you won't have it
would
anymore.
really
We'd be
just
like,
be-
we don't really care about you no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be off our
That'd
radar.
be interesting.
Yep. So, but without being changed, she didn't nibble at all, right? Because that you guys, you know, sexual vamp stuff. You stay good.
Nothing happened.
Okay,
nothing happened.
listen,
They,
because
I think they
we
held
don't need you addicted to
hands.
that shit, because that shit could be addicting.
He's good.
Vampires Anonymous. I got a
He's
number
good.
if you need it.
I think they held hands. Most of their
Holy-
relationship
what?
was. I'm sorry, I know it's inappropriate. Their
Fucking
like,
pregnant
commitment,
now, dude.
their partnership, as I think they called it, was based on goals for the most part.
Hashtag
Based on
goals.
similar. Hashtag goals.
Well, so do you see your obviously you see yourself marrying the girl in the future according to your future universe self.
There was a ring there.
Twas Vampires
I
for
think
life.
that,
BB.
in the good route, I think that's what happens. I think that is the route where Lenif just is a little bit kinder, a little bit more patient, and I'm sure we'll see where the path breaks off down the line once we start coming back.
Have you thought of other outcomes other than like there's like the impossibility of achieving his goal. There's like dying, trying to do it, and then
So there's a couple things that happen, right? Like there's the take the chance in his mindset. He can take the chance on the vampirism, and then there's just the chance of just dying immediately, right? Or extending his lifespan long enough to maybe figure out his goals. There's one option that has been considered, has been just augmentation, just chimeraing himself with different sort of alchemical solutions or demon ichor or stuff like that.
Ooh, that's
Like that
fun.
is something that is a more likely one, I think, at this point, if he decided that he wanted to do something like that. If his patience ran out. Right now he's being very patient, and he's like, I don't need to do anything. But when the time comes, eventually he's going to need to act, right? So that's the sort of augmentating his body to handle his magic better is one option. Finding some sort of artifact or item that can, like you said, the path to ascension or whatever down the line. Maybe he finds something along those lines, but that's undiscovered, and he and I know nothing about that. So maybe. And then if all else fails,
I haven't seen
there's-
you in a while. Did you get a haircut?
there's no path. There's no path where he dies a mortal man, like where he dies of old age as a mortal man, I should say.
I
no
get
path where he
it.
lives
I
a
get
long
it.
life.
He ain't going down
Yeah.
peacefully.
He will achieve his goals or die trying.
Yeah, so I now know why he's attracted to the vampire, right? because he can't die before achieving his godhood goal. But in order to achieve his godhood goal, he needs to be alive long enough. So he needs to
Yep.
seduce a hot mama vampire to then suckle his blood a little bit. Make sense?
You know, I think that's
Part-
correct.
When he first saw Octavia, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, there was a semblance of that logic in there, not in those words. I think very clearly.
You put it
but there
kind
was-
of unhinged, yeah.
There was a semblance of this would be a good person to have on my side when the time comes, because they will be able to assist me in achieving my goals. And then it just so
There it
happened, talking
is.
to her, that they had similar goals and that they could assist each other, and it was finally maybe his equal that he had been looking for, that he hoped Ryder would be, before he found out Ryder was so obsessed with cheesy bacons and nothing else.
Do you think all relationships start out like with one side looking at another, thinking that they are advantageous to their current situation, and that's how it maybe can start? Maybe not how it finished.
I don't think all. I think, unfortunately,
No.
some do. And I
Mhm.
think that oftentimes that changes. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think most do even, but I do think some do. I think that.
Well said. Well said.
I mean, I can only
agree.
speak from my own personal experiences. That I don't think I've ever looked at a relationship and thought, "Oh, this could benefit me."
Nah,
think
I
it's
mean,
not
I
like-
can't either. Yeah, but
Yeah. But I can definitely. I do believe I have seen in the past that does happen. Unfortunately.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But I'm playing, Lenif Monomile. You have to do what you have to do.
Smile.
Should we talk about the thing now?
I think we've already talked about the thing, but we could talk about it again.
Well,
Yes, for today's sake. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
All right.
do you remember the plan? The Garm plan?
Oh, that was a fun one.
Yeah?
He went on a little bit of a ego trip.
Wait, what?
That entire situation. Oh man, dude, that was so good.
We're about to hear that it was all Lennett's fault now. What happened?
It's not gonna
Hey.
be Len's fault. How?
Oh, he doesn't know.
Oh no!
Well, let me know.
So, obviously, things were gonna go a certain way, probably no matter what, right? But in the moment,
Yep.
I was tasked with finding a professor before they moved in on trying to remove you from the door, right? From the gate, right?
Oh yeah. But you guys never showed up.
I was tasked. We were at the gate. It was you at the gate before the dusting happened, and I was said, "I'll go get a professor." I didn't. I didn't even look. I went outside. I thought about it, and I said, "We don't need them." And I walked back in and said I couldn't find anyone.
Oh my god!
That is literally what happened.
I mean, I don't necessarily take offense to that per se, because
Mhm.
like escalating something in an already bad situation isn't necessarily a good tactical decision anyways. So like ultimately you made a really good choice, but
Just for
Was
the
it-
wrong reasons.
yeah, I don't know what your reasoning is. Was it because like fuck this guy, we can just dust him anyways,
Because he
or
didn't give
was
a
it
fuck about Chipz?
'Cause he-
or was
'cause
it
it was
we
because-
can resolve this because well we've resolved this before.
It was actually much more it was actually probably much worse than that. It was specifically, from what I remember, because he did not respect the professors and did not think they were useful to him.
Okay, that's about right.
It was purely that he did not think he needed anyone else's help to achieve this. He thought that that was not necessary. It was something that he could do on his own.
That's not bad. That's
They
not a
can do on their
bad.
own. Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's really not that bad. It's not your fault. I'm not gonna blame Lenneth here. Because even if a teacher was there,
Mm-hmm.
That probably wouldn't change that much.
Yeah.
I really don't. I'm not sure how much of that would have changed. I'm gonna be honest. I would have been dusted before a teacher got there, anyways.
Yeah.
He there was a big thing though. It was I made Lenif, I made the conscious choice to go outside and not follow the command that I had said that I was going to do, which was to go get a professor to actually give us the permission to tell Chipz to move, right? I made a conscious effort to not pull my part because we didn't need it.
I mean, sure.
Just dust him.
And
it
then,
was
yeah,
counter
was
to
a
what
matter
Chipz
of-
wanted, that's for sure. So fuck you, but
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
it really was like he believes that he was in the right. They don't need anyone else's help on this. They can just get him to move if they need to, right?
Right.
That was
So
fun.
it's
That
like
was fun.
they don't need the permission, right? Is what the mindset.
Yeah. This is big part of it.
Yeah.
Didn't need permission, didn't need help. Perfectly capable of getting this vampire to move on his own accord.
Should have been easy, right?
And we did it.
Should be easy.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Rewinding a little bit. What about like
Yeah.
you remember the hour long like was hour long 2 hour? It was like the actual like planning part. Did Lenneth have like a stake in that, or have any opinions on what they should have done?
Regarding like what to do about Garm, like when that whole like planning scene happened
Yeah.
for however long. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2-hour plan.
His ulterior motives were he wanted to kill Garm himself. He wanted to solo the raid boss. So any plan that resulted in him getting the chance to kill Garm was his option. He
Why?
wanted to prove because he felt like he was powerful enough, and there was a fight. It was specifically because everybody was like, "Oh, Garm's so powerful," and then we had an interaction.
He had something to
Where-
prove.
I fear domed Garm, and it worked, and that sent Lenneth on an ego trip, where he believed that now he needed to kill Garm to prove. Because Garm had also made some comments about weak or something, I think, at some point, and that had just set him off on being like, "Ooh."
I feel
If I
bad for
kill you-
Jamie. You guys all suck.
What do you mean? He shouldn't have gotten caught.
I'll look for someone that's on a different end of the.
Like every single one of these motherfuckers is out here planning their own personal murder, but it's okay because they're justified because X, Y, Z. And then,
What?
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah,
It's
he's
fine.
complete psycho.
Which fine?
But he's been getting better. He's getting better as time goes on.
Mm-mm.
I only killed one guy in Fallbrook.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the.
Wait, who?
You remember when those people were in the cages and they were like mind controlled,
Yeah.
and like they were the blood bag people, and they were all under the control of Lenora, or whoever at the time.
Saw this.
And how it was very clear they were mind controlled and they didn't have weapons and we shouldn't kill them.
Oh yeah, we were very
Well,
clear.
one of them punched me in the face. So I took my mace and I hit him across the head with it. And then as he fell to the ground, I hit him 10 more times on the head with the mace.
It's not the. Yeah, Chipz has now seen that multiple times. All right, but in your defense, even Chipz
Yeah.
got a little rough but mine had a weapon and I got attacked.
And mine was unarmed.
Okay,
And
yeah.
down after the first hit. There's no defense for this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I was so in character, I didn't even think about what I had done until afterwards. Like, oh wow, that was really bad. Am I gonna get in trouble? And then I looked around, nobody cared or noticed. So
Wow.
I walk away, I look at Jin, I point at the ground, I say that one's dead, and I keep walking.
Yeah, it's been bad, and then it just kind of at that point, Chip started seeing a trail of bodies after Lenneth would leave and started recognizing a pattern.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I think that's the only real murder I've committed in Lenneth Monoman was committed. Well,
So I'm trying to figure out:
that's
is
spoilers.
Chipz an accomplice because he knows all of his fellow students are like fucking murderers? No, he's not. He called them all out. Never mind. He's fine. He's been fucking kosher from the beginning. Never mind.
Who
We're
do you
good.
go to?
I mean, he literally
Like-
called it out during the plan meeting. So like, you know what?
Yeah,
I think he's good.
yeah.
Not we see. Listen, Chipz knows you're not the problem, Jamie. He knows something's fundamentally flawed with all of our fucking psyches at the academy. Whether it's
Imagine
because
losing his shit right now.
do you, like I'm starting to think, like even if the darkness wasn't there, we would create the darkness from our own evil essence.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm getting better. People are
Actually-
making me a better person. And that's really what it's all about.
Love it.
Just be nice to your friends. The power of friendship can get us through this.
Yay!
Ridiculous.
You know,
The bodies, man.
I think we'll stick with that. I think that will probably be the only real murder we commit in the RP. I think that
Yeah?
What? No, it's
Yeah.
not.
sorry, only real murder I commit in the RP.
You came in more. I guess you don't count them because they were Dark Order.
Yeah, they're not real people.
I was hearing, Kinez was talking about, like, fighting you, I think? When you're, I think he saw that, like, Lenneth saw that the Dark Order was, like, killing themselves when they got too, like, injured, right?
Uh-huh.
And then started going to town on the rest of them.
Well, you did. Okay, you just were killing people. Did you even see any of that?
When?
Okay, so like the Dark Order, yeah, they would do this. We surrender and then off themselves or whatever.
It's like when they like the grave robbing.
Yeah, the grave robbing.
That was
Yeah.
the last session, right?
Last session, yeah.
Man, I had such a cool moment with that.
Oh no!
I
don't
had
like how he
such-
said that.
This man has killed
right,
so
I
many
completely-
people. He forgot about this one. Yeah, he forgot about the. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Just for the record, I mean, I don't know if this one counts.
I
okay?
forgot about this
I
one.
think
Yeah,
this
Jesus
is
Christ.
This is a better one too. I cornered one of them at the exit, right? And like my fear domain, and it was like, I basically gave him. I don't remember what the ultimatum was exactly, but I gave him an ultimatum. I put my shadow sphere, up to his like throat, right, with just a point against his throat, and then like, I tried to tell him to tell me stuff. He just couldn't. He couldn't or wouldn't. So I said, just do it, and he impaled himself on my sphere. I didn't even move my arm. I got him to just impale himself on my sphere and die. And it was the
Oh
coolest
my God.
murder I think I could have achieved. But I don't know if it counts because he did it to himself.
Jeez. That's-
Dude, that's not even the one I was talking about.
Oh, which one are you talking about?
That's what I mean.
Hey, which
The
one?
fact that you don't know which ones are considered murder.
Okay.
That.
It can't be that. Which one?
All right, Chipz was right
God,
next to you.
moments
We were
ago.
fighting some Dark Orders towards the end, my dude, and they were trying. We had them on the ground unarmed. They were trying to surrender, and you just kept going, and Chipz watched in horror. Like my character saw this, just watched, and
got
I
to
didn't
see
know.
this.
I didn't know what to do. It was so crazy.
I need to see this actually. I'm very curious when this was.
That's what I mean.
'Cause that sounds great. That sounds incredible.
It was brutal. It was
I didn't know I
brutal.
remember doing that. That sounds amazing.
Moments ago, I think that's the only one that Lenneth will
I
do.
don't remember murdering a bunch of unarmed people, so maybe I thought the situation was different on my end. But it's very
They
possible I
weren't
did that.
unarmed.
No, well, I don't know if they were unarmed. I think we had subdued them. They were they were subdued, and we were trying to.
Subdued.
At that point, we needed to maybe try to get one alive or something. This man's.
Are you sure that was me?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Now, did I rat you out? That's exactly why I was asking. Am I an accomplice? But because I've seen shit, but this is not really kind of the only thing I've seen. And I've tried to say stuff, but I'm just the crazy kooky guy that is too emotional.
You say a lot of crazy stuff, man. You know.
And you didn't get caught. And because you didn't get caught, if I say something, I'm just the boy who just like is just loud and yells a lot.
Yeah, and I'll deny it. That
Right.
didn't happen. You're crazy.
So if I say anything, coming from me doesn't matter. Someone else needs to see it that's reputable.
I think you're accomplice now.
I would love if someone could send me that at some point so I can see that, because that sounds insane.
Chad,
Yeah.
you guys got this.
Like I said, Chipz right now is just wondering what he's gonna do with this whole thing, because he doesn't really know. I mean, what do you do? Because this isn't the first time he's witnessed bloodlust rage on the battlefield from his fellow Ascension Academy, and he's called them out already about it. So what else do you do? At this point, it's kind of like this is like a lost cause, and they're all over here calling the kettle black when Jamie fucking does the same thing, you know?
I think that there is a difference in the situation, of course. If I'm going to speak like outside of the character and outside of the characters entirely, and just like look at them from that perspective, what Jamie did versus like I think the heat of the battle is the difference there, right? From what I understand, Jamie did pull someone aside to execute them while there was no combat going on.
Wasn't it like I thought they invited Jamie first?
There was coercion. Well, I think
that,
it was premeditation. There was premeditation, but there was also coercion. Coercion and premeditation.
So it was a premeditated thing, right? I guess that premeditated would be the word to use. That is the main distinction. It's less murder, but it is a premeditated murder where all of my kills, heated the battle, heated the moment against combatants, right?
But it's murder is murder.
If you look at it black and white.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes the people, again, the forces that we fight aren't necessarily evil a lot of times. They're just people. Well, okay, I take that back. Some of them are evil. All right, easy cookie cutter, but you know what I mean.
A little bit.
Just a little evil.
I mean, the werewolves weren't. They were just citizens. Did you slaughter any of those? Were you on the bad group with those? You were good?
I think I was good on werewolves. I don't think I fought a single werewolf. I think I was on the other. I think I was with other people.
Wow, fucking collab, dude.
I only tried to kill one, and instead I just, attacked Gavin by accident. Oops, sorry.
Wait, what?
I tried to electrocute Garm, and then Gavin jumped in front of it with his shield, and I electrocuted Gavin instead.
Oh, that's right. You did attempt to kill Garm after he.
Yeah.
Wait, he had surrendered.
I also
and that was premeditated. You fucking hypocrite.
That one was okay. That one, but I didn't succeed.
What? But you got caught. This is you're right. Jamie has this sucks. Jamie, this sucks.
Yeah, I didn't get any flack for that either, which was great.
Yeah, you got nothing.
It was heat of the battle. It was anger. He was riling me up. I just got excused off and we moved on.
Because it was attempted murder, you didn't actually succeed. That's true. If you would have succeeded, you would have been in trouble. You're actually right. Yeah. Oh my god. This is so dumb. Oh, we're so flawed.
I'm also just like Lennox just really good about lying about his reasons afterward, and Jamie's very honest about why he did what he did. Right? I think that's a big thing. Is that why you say what you did? Jamie was very honest about why he did what he did and completely like owned up to all of it, from what I understand.
Yeah, just
and Lennox lied about it, and people were like, yeah, that makes sense.
But you smiled nicely and you were charismatic.
Exactly.
It's really all that matters. That's literally how the world works, by the way. Why do you think millionaires, billionaires, charismatic people get away with fucking murder? Literally. We got clippage. Oh, okay. Let me
Wait, is this gonna work?
Loading.
Wait. Oh no. Give me one moment.
wrong clip.
No, it is the right clip. YouTube clips don't work correctly.
Oh.
I have
In the
received the clip from
player.
my point of view.
I can get to it.
Oh, wait.
Watch full video. 2 hours, 7 minutes, 50 seconds. 2 hours.
Can't be that bad.
That works though.
Sorry. Always from the behind with you guys.
Always like
Alright.
it's coming up.
Oh yeah, it's coming up. I remember this. All right, walk up here.
Hold on, Morgan.
Watch out,
Morgan just ran down.
be careful. Oh God.
What? She ran down where? Why? Ran down.
Help our man! Help our man! Help our man! Help our man! Sorry, bud. Oh shit.
See, look at that non-lethal force. I tried to hit him in the back with the fucking butt of my sword here. They're people. Just the pain of blow. All right, got him down. Good. God damn it,
Cassidy! Slow down!
There we go. Just decapacitated him. He's down. All right, he's fine.
All right, where's Lena?
And there you go, Lyneth. Lyneth, right there.
Lyneth.
He was
for the first
down,
two.
bro.
Yeah, and now he's down for good.
But he was someone we were. He wasn't a. We were trying to save him.
You were trying to save him. I was trying to save the academy. You can
But
thank
we
me
were
later.
at the end, dude. They're gone.
And now he won't be a problem again.
You with me?
I think that's it.
Yeah. See now. Yes, you have a point.
Yeah, I stand by
do
that.
do they seem remorseful? No, they probably aren't. But that doesn't mean we have to be like them. You don't stoop
Yeah.
to the level of the bad guy. We're not the bad guys. We need to be different. It's important to be different, Chad. If we're not different, I mean, we're just this bad.
No. See, here's the
I think,
here's the big difference. I need to be better than them, and if I let them live, I might not achieve that.
I mean, I guess that goes with your
I
ethos.
think. Weren't you saying like a few episodes ago? You're like, oh yeah, like this is like the first time students are actually going in and like killing people, and it's like they should be like feeling bad about it. And
Yes, I
Now
was
you
getting
realize-
excited. And then no one cares.
Oh, I'm so sorry that that a bunch of people are just playing psychopaths,
Fucking hell,
myself
man.
included. There's,
yeah, you were thinking of that. It was like it's hard to like feel it in roleplay. No,
They just don't.
they're actually just.
It's so funny because
They
any
don't
of my
feel
other
anything.
characters would have acted the exact way Chipz is acting. This is my one crazy character who acts like this.
I mean, yeah. I guess it is our fault. You're right. We did create killing machines. You know.
But we're gonna be
Like
really
I
great
said-
at killing the darkness.
I've even caught myself with those caged people. I almost fucked them up. Like
Yeah.
I ended up stabbing one because like it was reflex. Like it's literally reflex. Somebody came after me with a knife. I blocked and stabbed. Like, oof.
And we all do it, you know. If you block and stab, I beat someone's head in with a mace 12 times in a
Okay,
row.
yeah. That's again. You kept going.
I had to make sure he was down.
Your Honor, he was really evil.
He was really bad, Your Honor. You have to trust me. He was so evil. I had to do it.
All right. Do you think people would be upset about that? Because I don't think they would be. I think they would call that an acceptable casualty, But
Yeah.
here's the problem. What's the difference between someone surrendering after 1 minute and we subdue them after 1 minute versus someone surrendering and being gone for half a day? Obviously, the situation wasn't necessarily fully under our control, so I guess you can make
Yeah.
that argument. But we were done. That was the last combatant. We were literally forcing him out. We had it.
Yeah, I think that any morally good person, who was not tired or blinded by the battle, would have felt the same way that Chipz did and would have focused on subduing, right? But I think that the circumstances put in their place, most people were not in that mindset, unfortunately. Even if they are normally morally good characters, the situation that put them in a mindset of we have to do whatever it takes to protect the academy, even if it results in killing these people, right? I think that it was the mindset a lot of people got into.
So what was Jamie's excuse for killing the person again?
They were part of Lenora's crew, and
Who did what?
They were
she's, like,
maybe a
mind
part of Lenora's
controlling.
crew, which, as well, I was told, we didn't actually know for sure.
I think she self-admitted.
Yeah,
Okay.
to Jamie to make so that's
So Jamie, that's even worse because that means Jamie didn't.
and Jamie was
well,
pissed off about them hurting the friends. They literally Witty's character Lenora was stabbing our fellow students, and wouldn't you have wanted to kill one of those vampires?
Maybe a little bit.
Or since when did you become a fucking vampire lover? You little fucker. Little...
Listen, do you not know what was going on between? Oh, I forgot about that. Lenif and Leonda.
Leonda.
What?
Oh wait, so you have just
didn't know about that?
you just like fucking vampires, bro.
He had.
Oh.
They were in the same room together a couple nights when
This
GMA was going on.
man's-
When the tournament was going on.
He's got a type.
And there was a joke to be made because she was a white-haired vampire lady. Octavia was a white-haired vampire lady, and then at some point during the Halloween session, you turned into a white-haired vampire lady. And I went, "This is." And then I think I looked at someone and was like, I don't know what I'm feeling right now towards Chipz, but I don't like it."
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, all right. Jamie has a good thing, right? Like you're saying, he follows morals. But I think most people
Yeah,
follow
he's-
their own ethos or code or
Yeah, their own
moralic
code.
compass. But what that is so individualistic and it can vary so widely. It's insane.
Definitely, I think it.
And for
really
us,
depends
it's
on what
just how
philosophy
we
character
deal
is
with
full.
downed units or people who give up, because that seems to be a theme. I give up.
Oh, is this clip from Garg's perspective? Is this what they're sending me?
Yeah, there's one from my perspective too.
We're
This-
gonna.
Oh, I'm sure.
the Garg
I'm sure
one. All right.
This will
Oh,
be very
God.
funny.
Can't be that bad. Oh, yeah, my bad on
Oh,
this.
this is a different one.
This was the other one I was talking
Oh,
about
this is
earlier.
the fear.
I won't remember your face.
Jesus.
No one will.
I was alone. There was no one else here.
Do it to yourself.
Lenith wouldn't put the shopping cart away. Jesus Christ.
There you go. There's number 2.
Yeah, do it to
One,
yourself
so it
is
was
the
one,
craziest thing I've
right?
said in this RP.
This is one time, right?
Just one.
Just
To be fair, again, that doesn't count. He did it to himself. I told him to do it to himself. It didn't count.
All right, bro. Whatever with you. Actually, ridiculous. I think we should open up to questions. It's time for you to get the ringer.
Oh boy.
Open it up.
all right. Oh, remember to tag me if you have a question, Chad. Make it easy for me.
Man, I can't believe you pulled the kill yourself in Minecraft line, bro.
And he did it.
He's a good little soldier.
Great moment.
He could have been your friend.
Yeah.
No, dude, bro, I think we know
But I
the
tested
answer
his
to
will
this.
and he lost. What?
Did Lenneth actually feel bad / shocked that Chipz was dusted?
It's funny you say that. There was definitely a momentary feeling of, oh God, before his coping mechanisms made him think, no, this was the right thing. He was shocked, right?
Oh, really?
Feeling bad was a moment that slipped by so quick he didn't
It's a
even
moment
realize
of
it.
weakness.
It was. But it didn't. It lasted for only a moment where he was like, no, clearly this was the right path to take towards achieving our goals. This
Mhm.
needed to happen. We had no other way.
So it sounds like you were just more shocked. You weren't expecting that outcome.
More shocked.
Yeah. It was like, oh, wait, what?
I was very shocked.
Huh. I thought that wasn't part of the
He
plan,
mainly
but I
felt
guess
bad
we
for-
roll.
Funny enough, he mainly felt bad for Hoshi.
Aww.
There is a backstory thing with Lenneth that he does actually care about Hoshi more so than some others for
What?
reasons that. Yeah, unrelated to Hoshi, it's more about Hoshi's relation to something in his backstory that I realized.
Even though she threw him those bricks line?
Listen. She reminds him of something. So
I see.
there's a little bit something
Wait,
there.
should we explain this for a minute with the bricks?
Go on.
Do they get a pass for
May.
being a cat? This is bullshit, man.
I used to have a pet
Oh.
cat back home. That I
This is
love very
bullshit.
much.
Hoshi was like sitting somewhere and like waiting for something, I think, and Lenneth was like started like doing small talk and started talking about like the bricks or something on the ground and everywhere. And Hoshi was like, I don't really care
Oh,
about
right.
bricks.
Yeah, I was just making small talk. I was like, you notice this pattern with the bricks? And and they just said, I don't care. And like, I was like, oh. Okay. Way to shut me down, you piece of shit.
Yeah, first time the cat just fucking flippantly rude.
Yeah, it was so unexpected. It was just so out of character for like any interaction I've had with Hoshi before that point.
Hoshi, you okay today?
I don't think Hoshi was. No, Hoshi was not doing well that day. I'm pretty
Hoshi was
sure.
not fine.
That'll be interesting. The other thing will be interesting to dig into later. Not the bricks. That's not interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
All right,
Pretty interesting bricks.
let's do some questions. Hit him.
Does Lenneth hold a grudge against Gavin for not letting him kill Garm?
Ooh.
Grudge. I don't think so. No. I think it was annoyance in the moment.
Bit annoyed, yeah.
Just annoyance and frustration, but you know, Gavin did what he should have done reasonably, even if it was in the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also
It
because
it made sense.
Lenneth didn't
I
realize
suppose.
that we were on a like the altar when I tried to do that, so it actually Gavin made the right choice in stopping Lenneth in that moment for that alone, because we were on like a blood altar, and if someone had died on that, apparently I would have done something very bad, maybe. But also, I think the thing was destroyed, so we were fine. I don't know.
Wait, what?
There was some. Don't worry about it.
I mean, yeah, they were on a blood altar. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and I should have mentioned that I did accidentally try to kill Garm on the blood altar, but that's fine.
I didn't know that was a thing.
The altar was focusing his power. He made a big show about going up to it and going or whatever the fuck he was
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
All right. Oh, this is a good one. I should start reading the names of this. Airborne 908 asks, who are the people
Airborne.
making Lenneth a better person?
Where do you make Lenneth a better person? Nerali for sure.
Doesn't sound like anybody's doing anything.
Nerali has been making him kinder. I think that the entirety of Team Gallant, as they were for as long as they were, right? Especially like Liang, Nerali, were making him just start to care about people.
Mhm.
Lux has been a friend of his, and he's definitely Lux as well. Besides that,
Lux is a good boy.
Obviously, Octavia, in a sense, because, you know, that's going to cause that conflict of interest, even if, like, he understands at the end of the day, like, it's about our goals.
Luck's gonna feel
Yeah.
betrayed when he finds out who you really are.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy.
Brother,
That's gonna be
I
great.
trusted you.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say that's gonna be great?
Yes,
It's gonna be great. I live for it. It's gonna be so good.
Let's see. Pick 5. Okay. Wolf Ears asks Garg, pick 5 more students for the murder squad to stand with Lenneth?
Oh,
What is
people
it
who
like?
do
People I go
murder.
out and murder with?
Well, who's I guess the top
Uh,
murderers? I guess that you would.
Like if I had to
Pick
make a
your murder
squad
squad.
of just murderers with myself in it, who would I pick? Okay.
Bad boys,
Gotta be Jamie.
girls for life.
Biggest murderer in the academy, Jamie. Right. The you know the only known murderer in the academy, Jamie. So therefore the only one. Who else? Is Zachary a murderer?
You don't know who your murderers are.
Trying to think about who actually actively has killed people. I don't.
I want to say most people.
Imagine, like we said, you got caught, or Jamie got caught.
Yeah. I think if it was up to Lenneth, there would be nobody else on that squad. It would just be him alone on the murderer squad. Because he's the only one
Okay.
that he can trust to commit murders and not get caught.
I'd put
clearly.
Shizu on that squad. Listen, I'm thinking of
Okay,
a
yeah.
poster now.
You know what? You're right. You're right. You know what?
She
Never
was-
mind.
I mean, but she was
Caesar.
trying. She was trying, like, in the back half of Fallbrook, right? I'm pretty sure.
She killed someone in
Did
Fallbrook.
less.
I think I would put
She's doing less
Lenneth.
murder, I think.
She's trying, yeah. Or
Misty. I think Misty would be a good one. I think Misty would kill if I just like was like, yeah, you should go do that. I think Misty would be like, okay, and just go rip someone's head off.
That's so funny to me.
Yeah, I guess so. But
They're pretty.
Misty's.
They're pretty respondent.
I guess okay. You know what Misty what would happen to Misty is if like you got brought her under your guys' wing, like, and Ascension Academy goes off and does her thing, and then you like were a bad influence.
Oh, absolutely. I've actually been trying to do that in character.
That's so
That's a whole other
fucked. How
topic.
dare you?
I actually was pushing her to stop doing like her training with Barian and be herself and just start going all out and stop holding herself back. So you know, it's fine.
We're
It's
so
fine.
fucked.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Alright. Ooh. Davo Hellfire asks, which student would Lenneth like to have a fight with the most?
Not Ryder, because that's cheap. 'Cause he's got that demon blood in him. Ooh, I think one of the people he wants to beat is Victor.
Mm,
You said students
That's a good one.
specifically, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Because there are professors that he would like to fight when he feels he's capable.
Let's hear that too.
Yeah, why not?
I would say for students it would probably be Victor and Lux. Once he's at that level. He's understanding that he's not, and this goes for the professor I'm about to say as well. But he understands he's not at that level of strength yet, but he knows that he's meant to be, and he will be when he's at his full potential, right?
Wait, are you like a fight to the death or like a duel?
Just like a fight to win.
Okay.
I mean, the only fight you really win is one where the other person dies, so you don't have to ever fight them again. But you know,
You got it. Okay.
Our
okay.
professors. I think the only one he'd want to fight would be Barian.
That'd be fun. Very fun.
You know what?
I
That's
think
fair.
that he sees Barian as like the strong, moral, good, like powerful, like professor and the leader, and to beat Barian would be to prove that he is stronger. Even though he doesn't really think he needs to prove anything, but it's more about how can you
Asserting.
really know you're strong enough unless you've actually done it, right?
Mm.
How can you be sure? How can you be 100% positive?
Like a bucket
that-
list.
Yeah, I guess that would be the best way to put it. How can he be 100% sure that he is strong enough to beat Barian if he's never tried, right?
Mm.
And the answer is that he has to try. I think those are the only ones I could think of. I think because he had a duel with he had a fight with Victor in the past, where he got hurt pretty bad. I think that once he's stronger, he'd wanna beat Victor.
He wants another go.
Lux. Yeah, he wants another go so he can actually
But here's the thing with
You know,
duels. Like at some point,
Yeah.
and maybe we'll get there with you guys, because at some point, like
Yeah.
how stories progress, people are not content with sparring to find out who the best is. To find out who the best is, you need to go all out. You need to try to kill each other. Do you think you guys are ever going to get to that point? Do you think Ascension Academy is headed there to some death game type shit?
Like I said, with the stuff that Lenif is trying to pull, I would not be surprised if I get in like a proper duel with somebody at some point, right? Depending on how natural RP goes.
Okay, well, yeah, if you turn, I guess, then yeah, I guess
Yeah, but even
need
if
to
it's like
get
not me
some-
turning, but I just choose to do something that is so like
counter to what
morally
they
against
want.
someone, counter to someone else's. Like,
It's
what
not
they
moral.
Want, I could
Take morals out of
see.
this. Counter
Yeah.
to what
Like,
Ascension
no-
Academy wants.
Oh, what the Academy itself wants. Sure, yeah. I was thinking more personal beliefs between characters, because I don't think that Lennox going to do anything that goes against what the Academy wants at any point.
Oh, you don't think so?
It could happen. Like I said, depending what happens, but I just don't think it's as likely as him combating with someone like Lux's morals and like we shouldn't kill these prisoners type shit.
That's interesting. So you say AA is more lax with that type of shit, so it's okay. It's okay to kill the prisoners with AA, but not with your friends.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think that
I mean, you're
more
right.
likely there's going to be
I mean, yeah, the
character
proof.
interest
So
conflict
cooked.
rather than Academy conflict because
We're
like
so cooked.
I try and stay within what the Academy wants because I don't see myself making playing Lenif and having him do something that's going to like really mess him up unless it's really cool.
All right, in the
Unless it's,
Academy's
like, really
defense,
cool.
because we've shat on the Academy a bunch, right? The teachers
Yeah.
don't know you guys are batshit crazy like this. As far as
right.
they see, they're good students.
You know, they
For so
really
long.
kept this under wraps.
That's the entire point. You got to keep it secret. You got to keep it under wraps. That's
No,
the
no.
whole reason that most people don't
The
even
thing
know.
is, it's not just you. We had Miriam on last week. Iris is also nuts.
I think I heard some rumors about that at some point when I was interacting with Iris.
Well, they're all nuts.
Great.
It's not just
Yeah.
you guys. That's the thing. But then Chipz is called a fucking. It's because they don't like my tone. Fuck that. What the fuck? Fuck a bunch of hypocrites coming at me and I'm supposed to accept it? Fuck you. The hell? Don't lecture me, murderer. God damn.
They probably see Chipz this week. He's not doing anything, you know. He's like, he's
Because
not
I
stopping
yell?
them.
You're more scared of my yelling than you're scared of the murderer sitting next to you? What the fuck's wrong with you? Because I hurt your
I'm
feelings?
just a little guy.
They're gonna hurt your heart when a fucking
look at
knife is
him.
stabbed in it!
I'm just a little guy.
Sorry.
who
He's just
do
a little
not- I don't
guy.
know what you're talking about. There's no way that little old me could cause any trouble whatsoever whenever. It's fine.
That fucking smile is so punchable.
This one I called it assertive. I also have one in here that used to be a full-on cat face that I call smug.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never pull those out usually.
All right. From Dude Bro. The Dude Bro 21. How did Lenneth feel about being left behind in the fishing village? Oh yeah.
Annoyed, but he doesn't depend on anyone anyway, so it made it definitely. I think if he was someone who like actually like fully was all in on the team stuff and like cared about like all of that, he would have been like, I can't believe you guys abandoned me, right?
Yeah.
But in his mind, they know I'm
He's like,
capable.
oh, whatever.
They know I'm capable. They know I can protect myself. I didn't need the help anyway. And then I think he was annoyed though. I think that did come out when he spoke to Chipz. If I remember correctly, we spoke about it. I think he was really annoyed that they did not keep track of him because he saw them as a little bit less competent teammates because of the fact that they
That was
Had-
fucked.
yeah.
It was fucked. And they keep denying it like it didn't happen or some shit.
Like, and I know why it happened, and
Just
it was.
act like it didn't happen, huh?
I put myself in a position I really probably wasn't supposed to be in as Lenif, because Lenif was
It's not your fault.
he's
I mean, part of it's your squad has got to like
definitely part of
be
it.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, it is part of it. Like, yes, you need to stay with your squad, right? And that's you'll get berated for that. But like, why? I don't know why they hesitated to go back for you. Like, it shouldn't have been us jumping to action. It should have been them jumping to action. That's their responsibility.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's
No,
okay.
it's not. They were gonna
okay.
leave you to die. And I came. Okay, again, we're going back to I came out as the weird one because he's unhinged because he's yelling. Because you guys aren't taking this seriously. He's gonna die.
And there was a moment where the fishing village was on fire, and I think me and you were the only two that were like, we need to go help those people at one point, right?
So how
Which
are
is
you
funny.
a moral helper, but then just abandoned it the next time? Like it's you're just like I can't keep
It's
up
the
with you.
calculating
Oh
part.
my god,
It's
you're just
in
so
that
moody.
moment, helping them was more beneficial. So
Yes. I
and
get
again, there's
that.
again, there's a little bit of that good,
They
he's getting that goodwill
need
from
to complete the quest.
yeah. They will get more out of like protecting that village than they'll get out of losing it. And there's a little bit, again, there's that little bit deep down that's like, maybe I do want to help people. Maybe that good person I
Oh my
used to be is still
God.
in there. But that's gonna get ignored, you know.
I mean, like you are saying that it does exist because you're starting to care for at least a couple people, right? And that's the start. Crack in your whatever impenetrable darkness heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah, a little
see.
bit.
Wolfears asks, does Lenneth know what happens when a person becomes a vampire? Like most of the details?
I would say he doesn't know most of the details. He's only been. I mean, I'm assuming most of this knowledge isn't like easy to find in books, right?
Right.
That are
Yeah.
available.
You know
So
the general.
I basically
general
know what
stuff.
people have told me
Yeah.
in character and what's written down, right? So the extreme details he would have to find that out through probably talking to vampires, and he hasn't really done that yet because not his main prerogative, not his main priority.
Mm-hmm. All right. Rashardine asks, how does Lenneth feel about Jamie upsetting Emma?
Emma?
Who?
Emma?
Emma?
Do we not know who that is? Okay.
No.
Hold on. I mean,
Maggie.
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 Maggie? Was it Maggie?
That did happen.
Oh, he meant Maggie. Okay.
Yeah.
Jamie upsetting Maggie.
Maggie is one of those people that Lenneth really cares about, so he was really pissed at that. Well, Jamie did that, and also basically, kind of, from what I remember, from what it was like, because Misty kind of threatened Misty, and that was where it was really like, ooh, I am really benefited right now by you just disappearing, right? So he's been actually kind of pissed off at Jamie because of that. And there's been cases where it's like, that it's been like, if I'm ever alone with Jamie, I'm just like, if I'm ever alone and I feel like the odds are in my favor, I might just go at him. Because he has threatened Misty, among other things, right? He is a danger to keep around in Lenneth's eyes. He is a danger to his potential future.
Imagine is
forward.
wondering when Jamie threatened Misty?
It had to do with, I can't remember what, maybe it wasn't a direct threat. I'm trying to remember what it was because again, it's been months at this point. It was during the investigation. It was after Misty outed. I'm sure someone in my community could remind me. It was after Misty outed Jamie for doing it to Gallant.
Mm-hmm.
There was something that Jamie said. I think I was told something Jamie said about Misty by someone else when we got back to the. I think I got told something secondhand, but I'm not 100% sure if that was all it was. About Jamie making a comment about how this was all Misty's fault, which Lenneth took as, oh, so that's a threat to my teammate. That's a threat to my ally.
Well, I mean,
Because it's made clear.
Misty,
Yeah.
if Misty tattled, then yeah.
Yeah. So and Lenif and yeah, and well, yeah, that's exactly it. And Lenif doesn't necessarily believe that Jamie won't do what he did to Misty out of retaliation for
But
tattling.
but this is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like all he did is like saying this is Misty's fault for tattling on him. How dare she? He didn't threaten about her. But now you're
I can't remember
threatening
what the exact
him
wording was.
in the reverse. You guys
Yeah.
are crazy.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't said anything in character. It's fine.
Yeah, it's purely all in
You don't know about this.
all in Lenif's head for the most part. He keeps this stuff to himself. It's more of a matter of like protecting his ally, protecting his friend.
Aww. Isn't that so sweet?
Aww.
Could have been.
All right, let's see here. Oh, does Ronald McAcorn is asking, does Lena think the Academy, regardless of what he can do on his own, will win against the darkness?
Absolutely not. No way. He has no hope that this academy can succeed right now.
Kind of with you on that one. We're at least great sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not having a lot of confidence in these last few
Well,
interviews.
it's gonna. You know what oh God, it's gonna be so sad. The self-serving
Make
people. Never
Hoshi
mind.
canon, guys.
Yeah. Oh my God. I just see a divide that's gonna happen, and then the one side is gonna get crushed and they're the ones that are gonna have to sacrifice, and it's gonna be sad. Oh, it's gonna be so horrible.
Yeah.
This will be crazy.
It's gonna be.
All right.
It's gonna be fun.
Wolf Ears is asking, what does Lena think about Hoshi and the others having a problem with what you guys did to the daughter in the keep? Okay, so like this is after the Garm assault. We go down into the Withermorn Keep, and goes to the bottom, and they end up killing the daughter instead of like not killing her and getting the cure.
Mm.
And Hoshi had an issue with that because like everyone was being murder hobos. People were being murder hobos, basically.
Ooh, I don't remember on the moment what my feelings as Lenif were, to be honest, because that was what was my thoughts on that in the moment. I know that from Lenif's perspective, he definitely feels that they should have done the they wasted a lot of time fighting someone that they could have just healed, right?
Yeah.
It was a waste of time and resources and got more people hurt than necessary. So from a strategical side, that was a mistake, right?
And we barely got anything from it.
Yeah. So I can't remember exactly how that went. I just know I don't think Lenif was satisfied after that fight. I think he felt like, wow, that was a
That
time.
sucked.
That sucked.
All right. Chad, I think we could probably just do one more question if Chad has another.
I'm gonna
Question?
yeah, sure.
Two more? One more? Okay.
sure. Whatever we got.
Yeah, I think I got through all of them now. So if Chad wants to ask a couple
Yeah,
more.
I could see it's mainly Jamie bringing up beef with you. I see, and you know, yeah. I mean, there are some points. Yeah, you know, there are some points. Jamie has gotten the short end of the stick, so I can understand the unhinged mindset that is slowly starting to happen, just because of people constantly siding against you. Especially
Curse of
when
honesty.
sometimes it's not all your fault. You know, like
Yeah.
I was Jamie. Imagine was on here. I forget, like a couple months ago. Told us the whole saga, of the Maggie situation, and goddamn, that was messy. But it seems like the general consensus on campus is that you know, we don't Jamie bad guy somehow.
Don't
Just,
worry about it. Imagine
experiences.
Jamie is the topic of discussion.
Somehow.
All right. Oh, Dude Bro is asking, would Lenith steal Hoshi from Chipz if possible?
Why is this always a question?
Oh yeah, obviously, without a doubt.
Why?
Without a doubt. I mean, get my own familiar that has backstory like symbolism to Lenef that reminds him of something. Yeah, easily. Mine
The
now.
fuck? You don't even know how
think
familiars
it-
work.
I'll take his wooden katana again too.
well, hey, Chipz doesn't know how to familiars work either.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's part of the
I can
thing.
figure it out.
It's mystical.
I can figure it out. I can get
You're
my
gonna
own.
get. All right, whatever.
Oh, very important question. Ozzy Sophie is asking if Lilith will hold their hand.
Yes, Sophie, I'll hold your hand.
I wanna
Sorry.
hold
I,
your
Lenif
hand.
Monomile, will hold your hand, Sophie.
I'm imagining like you know those cameo things that celebrities do. You'd be like,
Yeah.
you could have that as a video. Just hi,
Just
Lilith Monomile.
Hello, everybody. Lenif Monomile here. I was told to wish Sophie a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sophie. Is that all? Is that all I need? Is that?
and you'd leave that in.
Happy birthday. I hope you're having a good one today. It's me, Lenif Monomile from the hit Academy Ascension.
Academy Ascension.
Can't even promo it right.
All right. We'll make this the last one.
Mhm.
In your opinion, not from Lenneth's perspective,
Yeah.
Darkslayer is asking, is Lenneth ready for the North?
The North. We're ready for the North.
Do I think Lenif is ready? I don't think anyone is ready, and I think that's the point. I don't think anyone's really ready. I think that's the joy of it, is that I don't think Lenif's ready, but I don't think anyone is ready for the North. I think that we're going in somewhere where we're going to be unprepared, and we're going to fight unexpected things that are going to bring
We'll be
us
fine.
either
We'll be
farther apart or closer
fine.
together. Yeah. I
Get to
think we'll
meet
be
new
fine, but I
friends.
just don't think we're ready.
New friends,
Exactly.
new enemies. It'd be great.
Oh. Oh my
What?
God. Can Garg, Hydrofire asks, can Garg perform Lenya the Meow No Mile Nya for us? Oh, they want you to Nya.
What?
Do they need me to get in the model?
The model?
Wait, what? Is this appropriate for the podcast?
Yeah, it's appropriate. Yeah, it's
You're
appropriate.
gonna nya? I don't know. Nya can be pretty intense.
All right. Let me.
Yeah. We have a bunch of Lenneth Monomile fans here. We're very excited for this moment.
All right.
Dear God.
All right.
Where do I need to stand?
I got you. I got you.
All right.
Oh my God.
Where is it? How do you do this again? It's like. Hold on. Hold on.
What? You good? You didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn.
I'm Lenaev Meownomile. Yeah. I'm going to really do it this time.
Do what?
All right.
Wait, what?
All right. I think that's it. I think that's it. I think.
Wait,
we're
I'm
good now.
confused.
Good
I'm
questions.
do what? What
Moving
just
on.
happened to my face? Why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? He's not answering me.
Wait, what did you? Wait, what did he do to
Sorry
you?
about
Did you enjoy that or like?
No, he yelled at me, man. I don't know what just happened. All right, well, we done. Let's go. Oh,
that it?
shit.
Are you,
More?
you good?
Everything's fine. All right, bye, Chad. I'm trying to stand up. Bye. Bye, Chad. Bye. Bye. It was fun. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
It was great. It
Thanks
was
for
great.
watching, everybody.
Bye, Chad. Wow, you know, I can
Goodbye.
do the waving, you know? Let's just go back and forth, you know? Man, we're so cool. You know, we need like a ending music where it goes
If only we knew
Yeah.
someone that was good at music.
Who's good at music? Do we know somebody? Do we know somebody who's good at music?
That'd be crazy.
Stop watching me, guys.